Greetings. My name is Oko, or Oko, or whatever, and I just finished playing Lords of the Fallen. That came out about a week back. Took me about 45 hours to play through the game, and I just figured I'd give my opinions, if anyone cares to listen. So I really enjoyed this game. The boss fights were really enjoyable, mostly. Maybe one was really annoying, gave me the Praetor Rykard feeling of like not being able to see your character, which was annoying, but most of the time it was really fun. And that's probably what I'm looking for the most in these games, like interesting boss fights. They were a bit easy, but maybe I'm just a gamer, you know what I mean? Also the combat feels really fluid and fun. And so those 2 points are really important for me, and I think they nailed it. Also, when it comes to replayability, the build variety seems pretty decent in this game, so you can look forward to trying different builds and whatnot when you're replaying the game. I really love the aesthetic of this game and the feel of the world. It feels mostly like a mix between Diablo and Dark Souls, more so Diablo, but I know they set up to be more like Dark Souls. But yeah, if you like that idea, maybe you'll like the world as well. So, when it comes to classes, I started out as a Condemned, which is basically like the deprived or wretch version of this in this game. You start off with some buckets because you were a prisoner or something, and I did that because I wanted to do like an even stat spread, because I was gonna try Umbral, it's one of the magic schools in the game where you go even stat spread in Radiance and Inferno, and you get Umbral. Which is basically death magic, so I was basically a death knight. But I realized, like a little more than halfway through the game, that I wasn't using any spells. I was just waiting for that weapon to come around where it had scaling in both Radiance and Inferno, but it never happened. So I just got frustrated with being like underpowered, and respect a bit to more agility and like a bleed poison build, but I still kept some Umbral magic to enhance my character. A hybrid seems like the best choice in this game, but maybe a pure caster could work too, I'm not sure. And the buckets aren't even bad. Like, they give you a warning and like a disclaimer in the beginning of the game before you choose a Condemned. It's like, play at your own risk, like it's gonna be like the hardest thing ever. But honestly, the buckets moveset are really awesome. Like, you can drop kick people off ledges. Also, the running heavy when you're dual wielding, it like staggers most enemies, so the buckets aren't even bad. I might do a playthrough with only buckets, I'm not sure, but they were really fun, and it wasn't bad at all. Now, to get to some criticisms before I wrap it up, the areas looked pretty nice, but the mob density was way too high. There were too many enemies. It was pretty annoying. Like, the design of the game sort of... they want you to explore, and you get rewarded from exploring because you have 2 realms that you can go in and out of. So it's basically another world stacked on top of the world, and they want you to stop and look around and whatnot. But you're sort of incentivized to rush through the areas because there are too many mobs for you to deal with all the time. So yeah, I don't know, too many mobs, and they're not weak either. And then it's the Vestage Seeds, which was an interesting idea. It's basically where you put down your own spawn points, and you can do that pretty much everywhere on the map. There are designated spawn points for it, but it took some time for me to get used to it, because every single time I put one down, there was a normal spawn right around the corner. And every time I was like, oh, okay, I gotta save them. And then when I do that, I run through a whole area thinking maybe at the end of this area I can put down a Vestige Seed or find a Vestige Seed vestige. And there was none. So every time I saved them, there was none. And I had to do insane runbacks. Or I put one down and there was a normal spawn point just 10 meters ahead. And I don't know that because it's my first time playing. So that's more of a comment on my experience. It's gonna be fine next time I play through the game because I sort of know. But yeah. On the topic of vestiges though, New Game Plus, they remove all vestiges, so normal spawn points are not going to be a thing, and I don't think that's a good idea. It doesn't sound fun at all. Their sort of thought process around it is going to make it more of a difficult challenge, but it doesn't sound challenging in the right way. and I don't know anyone who does New Game Plus who's looking for a challenge. It's more so that you keep playing the character that you've been playing with everything you've collected. Like, for instance, things you get in the last zone of the game are going to be irrelevant if you can't keep playing your character later. So some things sort of feel designed to annoy you, like the Vestige, New Game Plus Vestiges. It sounds annoying, but also other things throughout the game. They sort of want to design a game to be difficult, but sometimes it's annoying, not difficult. Like the ranged enemies, they are a menace. Like they can snipe you from anywhere, and since, like I mentioned, the mob density is so high, you can't really deal with them properly, so they just snipe you, and they have the precision of Legolas. Like, it's insane. Boss fights, no problem. The thing that kills me the most, a random crossbow guy standing on a ledge. Yeah, and also other things like mobs hiding to push you off a ledge to insta-kill you. Like, I don't see the point. I don't see the point in that. Maybe once or twice, but it was too much. But anyway, to summarize, really fun combat, gorgeous world, cool design choices, but a bit annoying sometimes, and boss fights are brilliant. I thought they were really fun. Good build variety, and I really recommend this game for at least Dark Souls fans, or patient people. Okay, so know what you're getting. And if I have any message to the devs who are not going to hear this, but anyway, please reconsider New Game Plus Vestiges. I don't think it's a good idea for the health of the game. People are not going to stick around for a hardcore experience when that's what casual players, which is most of your fan base probably, are not looking for. They just want to keep playing the game. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a good design choice and it's fine, but it doesn't sound like interesting or something that anyone desires really. But yeah, maybe they will prove me wrong. So yeah. Anyway, to not end on a negative note, I'm planning on making more videos of this game. Not sure if I will, but I might, because I really love these types of games now. I used to never play Souls games until I really dove into Elden Ring, and then I went back and played the other Dark Souls. And these are the games I'm looking for, and I think these win by making a Souls game like this. At least if the combat is good. So yeah, thanks for listening if you did, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.